So today we're going to go over internet memes, and this is like take number like 10. This is hard because I'm just laughing my butt off on these things. So here's the first one. Custody of Dominic ladder match. This is hilarious because during the Ruthless Aggression era, Eddie Guerrero told Rey Mysterio that Dominic was his kid, and they had a custody battle where, for Dominic, because Dominic's like 8 years old, right? They had a custody battle for Dominic Mysterio, and the papers were on a ladder match. And so what they got going on right now is, you know, mommy Rhea Ripley, and on the last Raw, Liv Morgan came up to him, Dominic, and was like, I'm your mommy now, so now we have a custody battle. And oh gosh, that would be so funny if they actually did this. We have wrestlers when I was a kid and wrestlers now, showcasing that, you know, wrestlers have gotten soft, and just showing that back in the day wrestlers were man or men, whatever you want to say. And then, but then you have this other meme showing that, you know what, maybe you're choosing to forget certain things, because that's the artist formerly known as Goldust, and look at Braun Breaker now. So, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, you might have some of the smaller guys, weirdos, but you had them back then as well. You had the weirdos and the small guys too. You just, you know, it depends on who you put up against. You know, when you do side-by-side pictures, you can make anything look a certain way, especially with internet memes. You guys. Okay, I did do a video on Fat Sheamus already, but it's just hilarious. Somebody took the time to Photoshop Sheamus and make him fatter. It's so wrong. You are so wrong. You should not have done that. Whoever did this, you are horrible. And they didn't even put any words to it either. So they just threw it back out in the wild. They caught this picture and they modified it and threw it back into the wild just to be propaganda. It's like, who is this person? They're just altering these photos. It's like, you are absolutely horrible. When she invites you over for WrestleMania and chill, but Undertaker's gong is just a gong. So here we go. These two are about to get it on, and then the Undertaker gong happens, and us guys were just like, wait, what? You know, priorities. Undertaker, WrestleMania, yeah, that gong hits, you drop everything you're doing, I don't care what it is. Macho Man with a young John Cena. I love the fact that it never gets old. John Cena's thing was you can't see me, and for the rest of his life, his career, we're gonna have these memes of just, you know, I took a picture of John Cena, or I photoshopped John Cena in, and there's just, he's nowhere to be seen because you can't see him. So it's just hilarious. Macho Man with a young John Cena. These are things that are going to be with us forever, and I love people for continuing the joke that John Cena can't be seen. Ric Flair just doing a chop. You ever walk by like some rice or, I don't know, some meat in the market and you just have to slap it? That's what this is. He's just slapping it. So, fair criticism, and about to shoot this clerk, and Abu, who is representing WWE nerds, jumps in the way, meaning that, you know, even if Triple H does something wrong and there's criticism, WWE fans are going to be quick to be like, no, and they'll basically, they've lifted Triple H on a pedestal so high that he can do no wrong, and even when fair criticism happens, they say, well, you're just an AEW shill, or blah, 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 and they just won't listen to nothing because Triple H can do no wrong. And then on the flip side, you look and you have same thing, but replace Triple H with Tony Khan. And I feel it does happen a little more with AEW, but it does happen on both fronts. And I've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of it as well. This is from Parks and Rec. I actually love Parks and Rec. Low key, if it wasn't for the last season of Parks and Rec, I would have thought it was better than The Office. But you got, what was it? Tom something. He was just very, like, self-centered dude, and he found someone painted this really weird picture and he fell in love with it. He's like, it's beautiful. I can't stop looking at it. I've been looking at it for hours. And so what the joke here is that they just replaced the WWE tag team belts, and they were god-awful looking, and now we have these, like, really cool-looking belts, like, very prestigious. In fact, these low-key might be the best belts in WWE right now, and so you got Tom just saying, these are beautiful. I've been looking at them for hours. Not the funniest, but still worthy of meme. Looks like we had a showcase of the greatest cruiserweights, and this is funny because people who held the cruiserweights. Top tier, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, and Enzo Amore, the realest guy in the room. And you know what? Just like he said, though, he took the cruiserweight to the main event, hour 3 of Monday Night Raw. So it's funny when you put, you know, some of these top tier talent next to Enzo Amore. This one's not really a meme so much as just a question. When did you become a Cody Rhodes fan? Maybe you could put that in the comment. This one's kind of funny because it's actually Finn Balor. He kind of trolls us, making us think that he's about to leave WWE. He's like, I would like to take this moment to thank WWE for 10 incredible years, and after much thought and consideration, I have decided that now is the right time to say, I ain't going nowhere. So that was kind of cool, showing his love for the brand, and which is weird because I actually heard when he signed that he was only going to be here for a couple of years and make that WWE money and then jump ship to go back to the indies or, you know, New Japan or do the wrestling that he loves. And I guess he fell in love with the WWE because here he is. And it's kind of surprising too because he's not been used right. He really hasn't been used right. And to be second fiddle to Damian Priest, no shade to Damian Priest, but like, Finn Balor seems like he should be the leader of Judgment Day. I don't know. Whatever. Remember WrestleMania 40? These two idiots. Remember those two giant heads that just kept showing up on the screen? God, these people. They totally ruined the moment. They kind of did ruin the moment. They were selfish. It just pissed me off every time I saw it. At first it was okay, funny. You want to do it once a match? Okay, but they were doing it, trying to do it all the time. And I guess, you know, they got what they wanted. They're going to be remembered for their stupid heads, but nah, they should be like Green Shirt Guy. Green Shirt Guy is low-key, but we still notice him, and he's like a nice little Easter egg. This was a blatant in-your-face disruption. And I get it. Some people are like, well, you forget that the Attitude Era, there were signs everywhere. Yeah, but those signs at the Attitude Era pertained to the show. They were part of the show. They incorporated themselves. They were about the show. You know, Umaga ate my family. I'd rather be in China. You know, they added. This did not add. Those two faces did not add to WrestleMania. They distracted, and I hope that they have made a new rule that if these kind of things are seen on camera, they will be taken away, burned, and the people would be exiled. Jinder Mahal just got released, or he quit, if you believe his Twitter, and a couple months back, he got into a Twitter beef with Tony Khan, and it was all about the fact that people were upset or saying, why is Hook getting a title shot against Samoa Joe when he hasn't won anything? And then Jinder Mahal got a title shot against Seth Rollins, and Tony was like, oh, people get mad at Hook, but there's a double standard because no one's saying anything about Jinder, and everybody jumped on it, and Jinder was like, who the F is Hook? And it was just funny. It was just really funny, and I even did a video when Jinder got released, and this was a part of it, but yeah, so now everybody's saying, Tony Khan, get Jinder Mahal, put him in a match with Hook, and he really should. Stand up for AEW. This is Dave Meltzer. Historically has been like the journalist of wrestling all the way back to the 80s, 70s, I don't know. But lately he's just been an AEW shill, and yeah, so it's just funny, just kind of poking fun at Dave Meltzer. The AEW can do no wrong. Me watching a heel as an adult and me watching a heel as a kid, you notice the change of facial expression, and that's true. As a kid, you're like, oh my god, the heels winning, I can't believe it. The good guy, why? Good guy should always win. But as an adult, you learn to love the heel. The heel is the funny one. So that's Andre the Giant taking a pee, and Dusty Rhodes next to him taking a pee. And what's funny is Dusty Rhodes puts his hand on Andre's butt. You know, that's a rib. All right, so that's just funny. Could you imagine if that wasn't Dusty and just some random dude, and he does that to Andre? Andre would murder him. And so that's just a funny moment from back in the day. Kids have had their fun already. Now it's real men's turn. This is just a poking fun that AEW is the minor leagues, no matter who it is. Becky's always coming out in colorful, unique outfits, and this one just happens to look like a pack of cigarettes from WrestleMania. It's actually her book that she's wearing, pages from her book, but, you know, people just pick up on the craziest things and they just run with it. And the final meme, this one's hilarious. The original picture is Wolverine looking at a picture of Jean Grey and just missing her because he was in love with Jean Grey and he could never have her. We're Wolverine here. We love Hollywood Rock, but we can't have him. His time commitment to Hollywood or XFL or the board of directors or whatever the case may be, and it's just hilarious. We long for The Rock. We're already missing The Rock from our weekly television, because if you look, everyone's already saying, well, a lot of people are already saying that, oh, is Cody Rhodes, he's boring now. Yeah, and it's probably because he doesn't have The Rock or Roman there, and we just miss you, Rock, and we're always gonna pine for that Rock, not the cheesy Rock, all right, not the cheesy Rock, but this Rock. Shut up, fatso, I'll knock the herpes off your lip. That is the Rock that we know and love. And you know what? I acknowledge you, Rock. I acknowledge that I missed The Rock. Like, I hope that you acknowledge the subscribe button. Tell me if you liked this video. Maybe we can do it again soon. You know, there's always memes. I can get a bunch. We can laugh and look at them together. So I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day.